further ado, I turn it over now to President Hall.
Good morning to everyone, and thanks to Dean Simon Jones-Hendrickson for his leadership and for that introduction, and thank you for allowing me to share a few words at the beginning of this summit. I believe that this is an important step or an important milestone in regards to our journey to greatness. So today, as we launch the new Virgin Islands and Caribbean Culture Center, we are signaling to the world and to ourselves that there is a powerful intellectual tool at our disposal that has been underutilized. And I am delighted that the University of the Virgin Islands and the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences have taken up the challenge of making sure that we, in a more systematic and comprehensive manner, explore, develop, nurture, and disseminate the culture of the Virgin Islands and the broader community. As some have argued, UVI must be more than just a university in the Virgin Islands, but a university of the Virgin Islands. Part of what this means is that we must ask ourselves, what are we doing systematically to nurture and promote the culture of the people who reside in this beautiful place? This is not a question just of place, it is a question of history and connections. It is a question of spirit and emotions. It is a question of triumphs and defeats. Various presentations will demonstrate today culture is not a fixed and static phenomenon. It transcends various aspects of our reality, even into our dreams. So I look forward to not only what the summit will produce today, but how this new center will transform this university and this community. This idea for the center was born many months ago, some would argue many years ago. But what gave it a greater sense of urgency, at least for me, was the death of Professor Sheen. At his memorial, I promised that UVI would keep his memory alive by creating a center for Virgin Islands and Caribbean culture. With the work of a dedicated planning committee, some of whom are in this room today, made up of UVI, faculty and staff, but also made up of community members, we fashioned a concept that Dean Simon Jones-Hendrickson will share with you shortly. And I want to thank all of those who participated for allowing us to fashion something that is on the verge of becoming a reality. I'd like to thank the members of the College of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, and especially Dean Simon Jones-Hendrickson, for the leadership that you have provided. Through the generosity of the foundation of the University of the Virgin Islands, we are able to fund the center. What excites me the most, though, is that this center will be housed within one of our colleges and not a part of an administrative structure. So that decision means, as you can see from the program today, that what happens in the center, what happens with the minor, will be infused with the intellectual rigor and perspective of those who are our premier family members. And because of that, I believe that there is no limit to what this center, what the minor, and what these efforts can achieve. So I thank all of you for being in attendance today. This is the beginning of what I think will be something very, very great for the University of the Virgin Islands. And I think all of us will one day be able to sit back and reflect on the fact that we were there when it all began. Thank you.
It is only fitting that this topic, Virgin Islands and Caribbean cultural issues, which is the theme for today, is being addressed here at the University of the Virgin Islands. There are many in this audience and many who have come before who have kept topics of Caribbean culture and more arts culture in the forefront over the years. This summit is a taste, I think, a taste of what is to come. That is, it's a taste of the more formal recognition of the importance of these topics and the rich field of study that it brings to our curriculum, to our students, to the community of the Virgin Islands, and to the wider national and international audience through the launching of UVI's Virgin Islands Caribbean and Cultural Center. This, though, was a natural next step. It's a natural next step to recognize the work of so many, to give this work a home, and to serve as a beacon for others to seek out when expertise is needed in the area of Virgin Islands and Caribbean culture. What has long been an organic part of who we are will now have its rightful prominence. I wanted to say congratulations on this summit, congratulations on the yet-to-come launch. I am really excited about the topics that are going to be addressed here, and congratulations on the work that has been sustained up to now, and much success and great expectations for the future. Thank you.
Why did it take so long for a summit of this kind to be staged to be on? All late departed colleague, Professor Emanuel, had talked about an idea like this over many years. And no doubt he would have been enormously thrilled to be a part of this argument today. Perhaps a simple explanation for the absence of a cultural center is that most Virgin Islanders, and indeed most Caribbean people, associate the word culture with enlightenment, excellence of taste acquired by intellectual and aesthetic training, proof, polish, and refinement. Others may think of culture in more earthly terms and will likely refer to characteristics of food, dress, music, dance, art, language, social forms, etc. If these views of culture are not consistent with our thinking, how then should we perceive what our culture really is?
There are a number of supports. The African Diaspora Heritage Trail conference that I just attended in Barbados, I was amazed at hearing all the different layers of things here, but I was witnessing what people are doing with heritage tourism, with cultural education, and they're making resources. To the University of the West Indies, of course, Dr. Bethel sends his regards to this. He was very excited, a little disappointed that he didn't know. He said, I might have come. I said, next time. So we're really looking forward to having that connection. I hope that gave like a very short kind of networking to how we can bring this forward, because the idea is that culture definitely brings people together. But it also has a lot to do with how we're able to bring together all of our differences in a way that is respectful of our differences and at the same time respectful of the oneness that we share. So I really wanted to give thanks for having this opportunity to share these closing remarks. I would be remiss if I didn't explain why I'm speaking so fast, is because Succeed is hosting today the Maroon commemorative ceremony up in Northside, right by Wills Bay, right up the road from Caramel Golf Course. And our organization, Ankh Institute, is part of that, along with several other organizations here, because Succeed is a collection of organizations here in St. Croix. There was an actual executive proclamation for September 28, 2012 as Maroon Commemorative Day.
Woo! Yeah!
So, I mean, I had a little bit to do with it, a little bit, but I really wanted to thank the organizations and bodies like the Academy, Academy here within the University of Virgin Islands that helped to make it go even further, because it was the support that people gave silently as well as verbally and through email that made that go through like that. So I want to say thank you. We hope that you participate in some of the succeeding events as well.
Crafted, shaped, and molded itself based on European ancestry, conquered of us, Dutch, Africans, Indians, Portuguese, etc., Irish, etc. Each brought a certain set of features which today are embedded in the lifestyles of our people, prominently or subtly displayed. Here in the Virgin Islands, Danish influence is still evident.
Preservation, exploration, and dissemination of culture is one of the most powerful tools